group. Now, if you haven't come over to our health business group, come on over. It's all about taking your business from, well, idle speed up to ludicrous speed without burning you out so you can really grow your health business. And today, guys, we've got a really, really cool episode, and it's coming from a lot of people that we've been talking to recently. And what's interesting is we've noticed that there's a big trend. A lot of the clients who are coming into our Move Think Smile for Business program are basically, they've hired business coaches in the past. And they haven't had a lot of success with them. And I think it's really important today that Ellie and I kind of dive deep into this and discuss with you, are you hiring a business coach for the right reasons? Because there is a time to hire them. They do have their place, but there's also a time when that business coach might not give you what you're looking for. And I think it's very important that we really kind of distill this, guys, because the last thing we want to see anybody do is to be disappointed, to feel like they're wasting their time, to feel like they're wasting their money and going forward with that. And so, Elea, when we're working with people and we're talking with them, what are some of the things that we see that, why do people hire business coaches in the first place?
Well, I think a lot of times it's just that feeling of being lost and overwhelmed and not knowing where to start. And so it just feels like, they need a place to start, or they feel like they have everything in a line and they just need some accountability. And actually, both of these places are generalist places to be. It's not a very specific goal or outcome. It's kind of like having a platitude. Right. And so it's really, really important to just kind of understand, why it is that you're hiring a business coach and what for. And I think for a lot of people, they're not sure. And so they start there.
Yeah. So let's kind of talk about, what business coaches are meant to do. This is how they're trained. And, when Ellie says generalist, this is a very important distinction here, because most business coaches out there will work with any business. And when it comes to health and wellness, we're not just any business. This is a very, very different realm that we're dealing with. And a lot of, accountability, she says accountability, a lot of business coaches, that's what they really are. They're accountability checks. They're there to cheer you on. They're there to pump you up, and they're there to help you come up with some ideas. But a lot of people are hiring them for different reasons. A lot of people in health and wellness are hiring them. Good health coaches, good functional practitioners are hiring these business coaches because they want to get their business off the ground, right? They're like, if I just get a coach to kind of like guide me and give me some ideas and stuff like this, I'll be able to do it. But what ends up happening is it falls flat time and time again. And it's because that the person who's hiring the business coach is expecting some different result that is outside of the business coach's realm. And so one of the things that you can do in looking at a business coach is make sure you have a list of questions together to ask them to make sure that they are going to fit your needs. Because a lot of times people are like, it's a business coach, this is what I need. And they just go out there and they pay them a couple $1,000. Next thing you know, you're working with them. And then 3 months later, we're talking to them. And guess what? They're so unhappy with the business coach. And we definitely don't want to, we're not ragging on business coaches. I mean, we do some business coaching too, but at Move Think Smile, we've transformed and do things way differently. But when you're out there and looking at getting a business coach, Ellie, what are some of the questions that people need to ask?
Well, I think, what you started with, which is just like, what is it that I'm really looking for from this business coach? And it needs to be a specific, tangible outcome.
Yeah.
Not just a feel good, not just a more direction, it needs to be very, very specific. So, again, think about what you've learned about goal setting, right? A lot of times it's like, we just don't take it far enough. So really understanding what your needs are, I think, is the most important place to start.
Right. I think a lot of people believe that a business coach is going to bring them revenue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people think. They think if I get this business coach, they're going to help me get my stuff together and I'm going to be able to get it all together. You guys got to remember, these guys are these coaches a lot of times are classically trained to work with all different types of businesses. And can they be very valuable? Yes. If you need an accountability partner, yes. If you need to come up with some ideas and talk some things through, they can be invaluable. Like they could be absolutely amazing. But if you're expecting a business coach to come in and save your business or get it up off the ground to where the point where you're attracting in amazing clients, right? And you're able to design and structure and transform your business, Because here's what we're seeing. Like I literally got off the phone with a couple sisters yesterday who came in to Move Think Smile, and they had literally They had checked off everything in the book when it comes to internet marketing. And it blew my mind away, and business coaches. And they worked with some really, really big names out there. And what
Mhm.
ended up happening is they are still burning out, they're spinning their wheels, and they're unable to get good people to work with at a good price. So where are they dropping the ball? Well, the thing is, a lot of business coaches don't dive in head deep with you. This is the one thing they usually don't do. If you want to get in there and have somebody come in and do the heavy lifting for you and do the dirty work, the person that you're working with has got to be willing to dive into the mud, into the grit head first, to get
Yeah.
deep down in with you and to look at exactly what's going on with your business so they can help you grow. So a couple questions that you can ask them. One, you can ask them, hey, do you have any experience in health and wellness?
Mhm.
I think that's a very important thing. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a couple coaches out there who have experience in health and wellness, but then you can ask them, okay, so you have experience in health and wellness. Do you have an active health and wellness program right now that's generating 6 figures or more? Because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Are they actually walking the walk? Are they actually talking the talk? And I think this is very important. Would you agree, Elea?
Yeah, I think this is really, really important because I think, for a lot of people, it can feel like, well, they're showing me how to grow my business, but they don't really know what it's like to be in the trenches. And so sometimes we can get disillusioned by that, or we can feel resentful about that, or we can feel just, actually a lot of times it can be an easy cop out, you know.
Yeah.
And so, to say, oh, well, they don't know what it's really like down here in the trenches. So, this is not going to apply to me. And so I think it's really, really important to be able to be connected with people that understand both ends of that coin, both sides of that coin.
Yeah. So this is what we're seeing is a lot of people like, and then last week we even had our client Mia who came in. She had hired a business coach too. And I was talking to her the other day and she's like, yeah, they were great. They were great, but they were just telling me to get out there, get on social media, put myself out there. They encouraged me just to put myself out there, just get out there and do it. They
Mhm.
were cheering me on, they were pumping me up. And when it came down to it, I didn't want to do any of that stuff. I didn't want to get out there. They were like, write your articles, get your SEO going with your website, do all these things, get up there, build this following, build this audience. And while that can work for some people, it's usually soul draining and it takes a really long time to do. So what happened is Mia spent 3 to 4 months with this business coach, spent a lot of money and made no progress with her business, right? She
Mhm.
got some ideas and was told to do some things, but then she had to go and do all the dirty work. So ask them if they really understand health and wellness, because when it comes to a health business, guys, you don't need to have this overcomplicated marketing. You don't have to have this overcomplicated business structure. You don't have to have all this stuff. You can keep things as simple as possible. And another thing that the business coach was unable to do in Mia's case was to help her, well, basically structure her program, right?
Mhm.
How am I supposed to take my knowledge? Now, she's got a health coaching background and she's a physician assistant.
Mhm.
Pretty cool, pretty strong. She works with a lot of people. She works with IBS. She works with gastrointestinal stuff. But the coach was unable to help her. Oh, how do I do this online? Not just the marketing part, right? Not just to get out there and get some leads coming in, but how do I actually structure my program, deliver it in a time frame that my clients love, that's acceptable to them, that's also going to give them some very powerful change in this time period? And how do I do it? How do I do it in a setting that where I'm not working one-on-one like she was doing, meeting with people like 50 people a day every 15 minutes as a physician assistant? So she's burning out.
Mhm.
So that was one of the biggest things she had problem with. And then I talked to the sisters yesterday, and like, yeah, we had the business coach, and again, the names they were dropping down are like people we've all heard of, and it's just crazy. And it's just like, yeah, they gave us a bunch of templates. They're like, here, I want you to send this email, just fill in your name and send it out. And one of the things that business coaches, like I said, they have their place, but where they lack is they have a really hard time helping you become 100% authentic, especially in your messaging, especially in your positioning. And if you have a coach that's sitting out there telling you to go do all these things to help somebody with a big health problem, give out this free PDF and talk all about your band-aids, then have them sign up for this like 7-day challenge and have them come into this $97 e-course. Meanwhile, that person with the big health problem is looking for help somewhere else, because it's like somebody with a bullet in the leg sitting in the middle of the street and the ambulance pulls up and throws them a box of band-aids and just drives off. And
Yeah.
that's not what you want to do with health and wellness.
Yeah.
Elia?
Yeah, no, I think, one of the most important things to look at here too is again is like, what are you structuring your business on? What is your foundation? And one thing that we like to say at Move Think Smile is that, you don't grow your business grows you. And really looking at how this business building process requires you to dig deep into areas you probably didn't even think you would need to go. And what is that foundation that you're building this upon? What is that relationship with your business? Is it one that's filled with just like frustration and clashing and it's not doing what I want it to do? And why isn't it doing that? And I've put all this time into you and XYZ. And so, again, I think just really, really important to tap into what is it that you truly and really need? And most people, when they answer this question, they just go like one or two levels deep, and you've got to go deeper. You've got to get more specific. Adam, as you like to say, you have to get into the juicy details of exactly what it is that you need in your business. Otherwise, you tend to just hop on the next shiny thing, right? The
Yeah.
next thing that sounds good because you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know where to go. Okay, I guess I'll just try this. And getting that clarity is really, really important.
Yeah, there's a lot of very phenomenal, very talented health and wellness experts out there in the realm of functional, integrative, and holistic health and medicine that are struggling. They're struggling with their business. They're struggling to grow even after they hire a business coach. And the reality is, guys, there's this thing that we like to call success mountain, and it's got a big steep path. And up the top is what we call Freedom Summit. And you all know what Freedom Summit is, right? It's freedom from business problems. It's financial freedom. It's freedom from relationship problems. It's Freedom Summit. And if you think getting an accountability partner who's going to just cheer you on and float you some ideas is going to help you get up that steep path, I think you're going to be surprised. Because in health and wellness, it takes a couple things. One, the people that you're working with better know what they're talking about. Do they walk the walk? Do they talk the talk? Two, are they going to be able to dive in head first into this deep, dark, muddy pit called entrepreneurship and do the dirty work for you so you can actually make progress with your dream, getting out there and helping people grow their business? Because if you think that this cheerleader is just going to come in and do it, I think you're going to be surprised. And, really kind of take a look at, is this person going to really help you attract amazing clients into your business? Or are they just going to give you some guidance on, here, go try this marketing thing. This is what's going to work. This is what everybody else is doing. And this is what I want you to go do.
Yeah. And I think, that the sphere of health is a tricky one, because here's where we're talking about a lot of times people want to invest in their health as the last thing, the last thing they want to do, right? They have so many other things that they're putting above their health. And as a society, we're living in a culture of burnout. A lot of us are burning out trying to just even build our businesses. And so, really taking a look at, okay, yeah, how am I going to actually do this? How am I going to share what I have to do? How am I going to bring people into my program when a lot of times people are avoiding their health until the worst of the worst comes in? And then are they going to be motivated enough to actually take action about it? Or are they going to feel like, I'm so depressed about my health issues that I'm just going to like sit here and eat worms and not do anything about it? Because a lot of times when we are in those worst case health issues, we don't have the inclination a lot of times to do anything. We feel like we're just stuck and it's just always going to be this way. And so it's really important for your business coach to really understand how to get into the psychology of people that are really, really struggling with different health issues.
Yeah. And it's important to understand the needs of your business, right? What we call the bio-individual needs of your business. For anybody out there who's gone to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, bio-individuality, you know what I'm talking about, right? What might be food for me could be poison for Elea. Well, you've got to honor the needs of your business. If you think you're going to grow a super successful business with somebody just coming in and going rah, 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 floating a few ideas, handing you some templates and telling you to do what everybody else is doing, you've got another thing coming. Being super successful in the realm of health and wellness, and we're talking really transforming people's health. I'm not talking about just selling some vitamins, just selling some supplements, or just getting out there and selling some essential oils. I'm talking about actually transforming a big health problem. Anything from obesity to an autoimmune disorder to a gastrointestinal disorder, and the list goes down the line. If you think you're going to be super successful, get up that steep path of success mountain. It requires more than a coach. It requires a proven step-by-step system and a team of experts to help you get there so you can get up that mountain with confidence. Confidence. Not that, hey, this is what I want you to go do today. And then you're left on your own and you're going to check in with them next week, right? If that's what you need, you just need somebody to get in there and bounce around a couple ideas and really just be that accountability person, making sure you're getting done what you say you're going to get done. And you need kind of like a little personal pep squad. Man, go get a business coach because they're really good at that. They're really good at that. But if you want to be able to get out there and make bold moves with your business, if you want to think differently about how your business so you could smile more because of all the people that you're helping, then I want to invite you to come over to movethinkSmile.com/grow and get on the calendar to chat with Elea and I, because we are beyond business coaching. If that's what you're looking for, that's not what we do. If you just want a business coach, you just want accountability, we're not going to be a good fit for that. But if you want to get out there and you want to grow your business, you want to attract in some clients, and I'm talking about clients to where they're paying you a price that is very fair to them, even though it's $3,000, $5,000 or more. A lot of people call that high ticket. I call it a freaking bargain ticket. Because if you're getting in there and you're helping somebody transform their health, Elea, what kind of bargain is that? Like, what are they saving?
For a lot of people, it's priceless, right? It's like, to put a number on it is difficult, because when you have your health, the experiences that you can have in life and the way it has this ripple effect, it's hard to quantify. It really is.
Yeah. So guys, if you're just looking for someone to pump you up, float some ideas and hand you some generic templates, and you love do it yourself and you love doing all the dirty work yourself, go hire a business coach, because we're not for you. But if you're serious about drastically transforming your impact, serving more clients, if you're serious about creating a healthy bottom line for your company, all while increasing your freedom because you're not burning out anymore, you're not spinning your wheels, that this business thing is under control, and you need more than a coach. You don't need somebody just on the sidelines cheering you on, but you need a system. You need the people to get in there to do the stuff in there that terrifies you, the stuff that's scary, the technical work, help you create the offers, help you create the price, help you show you how to structure and design your program so you're delivering it in a way that allows you the freedom to travel, right? So where you're not bound working one-on-one with people anymore. Then please come over to movethinkSmile.com/grow and let's have a chat. Let's talk about your business. Let's see if we're a good fit to make this happen. Because I can tell you, almost every one of our clients, not everyone, but almost every one of our clients had a business coach first, and it did not work for them. And it didn't work because it wasn't giving them what they needed. They needed way more than an accountability partner. They needed way more than a cheerleading squad. They needed way more than just templates so they can sound like everybody else out there where they're filling in the blanks. They needed to be authentic. They needed to reach the people who have this big health problem, and they need it now. They need your help now. And that always takes me back to the big stats, Ellie. It's like Market Data LLC, right? That big research company. 60% of people in America, just America alone, want some type of major transformation with their health because they're not getting it from the medical system. We call that health coaching or some variation of it. And then 80% of that, that's 197 million people. Then 80% of them have never had anything like this offered to them. And so how do I know if you're hiring a business coach for the wrong reasons? Well, if you're hiring a business coach and it's 157 million people who want it, but don't know where to get it because it's never been offered to them and you're struggling to get clients, then the business coach isn't working. That's how you tell. That's how you tell. And if you'd like to change that, come on over to movethinkSmile.com/grow and let's chat. We'll talk about the ideal program that you want to take, how you want to help people. We'll talk about the clients that you want to work with, because we want to make sure we repel those ones that are making excuses, they're blaming, complaining. You're bringing in the people who are completely decisive, committed, resourceful. And then, we'll talk about setting an ideal price. We want to make sure it's fair to your clients, why it's also fair to your business. Because, going back to that pricing, Elea, it was, it's like, if diabetes is a great example, right? So a lot of people in America have a high deductible insurance plan, right? The catastrophic plans. How much are those usually? Do you have to pay out deductibles?
Oh gosh. Yeah, a lot. They're high, like 10K or more.
Yeah. Well, it started at 10K. Now they go up to 20K.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people can afford insurance. So people have 20,000. Well, let's just take the conservative, say they got a 10K. They're lucky.
Yeah.
They got a 10K catastrophic plan. That's what most of America has. Someone's got diabetes. I can guarantee you they're spending $10,000 every year just managing all the horrible symptoms and side effects of diabetes.
Yeah.
And this is true with any other autoimmune disorder. This is also true with hypertension. This is true with coronary heart disease. This is true with just about weight gain. This stuff just gets worse while they're spending their own money. And over a 10-year period, that's $100,000. That's $100,000. So if you get in there and you learn how to articulate your message in the right way, and you own your worth, and you realize that 3 to 5K is a bargain, because even if you're at 5K, heck, if you're even at 10K, and you save someone's life and you revert diabetes so they don't have to suffer from those side effects, not only is it priceless because now they just lost 50 pounds and they're out there training for a marathon and they're kicking butt at work and they're king of the boardroom or queen of the boardroom and the bedroom life is good again, but you just saved them $90,000 over the next 10 years. That's what you did. Now, I don't know if the business coaches out there are teaching this kind of stuff. From what I can tell, they're not. And that's why people are coming to us. Yeah. So everybody out there in the health and wellness space, if you're looking to grow your business and you want a solid system and a support crew to help you get there, that's going to do the heavy lifting for you. And we're not talking about just transforming your marketing. We're talking about transforming the way you're doing business. If that's what you're looking for, come on over to movethinkspile.com/grow. And until next time, guys, we'll talk soon. See you, everybody.